Hello and welcome to the podcast. And today we're going to be talking about a bit of a more somber subject, but it's a wake up call. And there's so many things that America needs right now. And I think right now is the moment when we can finally reach out and grab those things. And uh, I had thought about the whole idea of an alarm clock. We hear the alarm clock go off, and sometimes we'll hit snooze or stop, and we're gonna go do this later. But this alarm clock just went off, and we have to answer it right now. There's no snooze, there's no laying around. We have to get to work right now. Something has to happen. This is not okay. And that's what this is all about. As many of you probably know, youth activist Charlie Kirk, starter of Turning Point USA, was shot yesterday and killed at a rally on campus in Utah. And at the time, when I first heard the news, I was playing the piano and I heard it and I was really shocked. I was really dumbfounded. I didn't know what to do. I was worried. I started praying. Everything was just kind of crashing in around me, and I didn't know what to do. And that was before I heard he had died, and then they announced his death. And yesterday was tough. It was tough for so many people, millions and millions. Yesterday was a hard day. And even stranger yet is that it was done to a man who had never once done anything worthy of it. He'd never once hurt anybody. He'd never done anything worthy of being killed. But because of the courage he showed, as someone who cared about teens, and a huge figure for me coming up, into wanting to get teens to realize and wake up, now's the time to move politically. It was something that affected me deeply. While I was studying to start this podcast and before I started it, he was someone I went to and I looked up to and I really respected. Because he cared. He cared about what was happening to America. I don't care whether you agree or disagree with him. He cared. He actually cared. And there are so many people out there that I can think of right now that have done a lot more to ask for what happened to Charlie Kirk. And it didn't happen to them. Now, I'm not condoning any type of violence at all. I think it's wicked. I think it's wrong. I think it's disgusting. I think it's shameful that we're at this point in our country. But he'd never done a thing to ask for this. And yet he's the one who got it. And let me tell you why. Because I don't care how peaceful you are. What happens to a nation when free speech is shot down? And why? Why was free speech shot down? Because Charlie Kirk was saying things, speaking his mind, saying nothing dangerous, just speaking his mind. And he was killed for it. He was killed for speaking his mind. That's why he's dead. He did the right thing. He had the courage to go out there, talk on an open campus to hundreds. He had the courage to do that without, being hidden in a building or anything. He wanted to be with the people. That's the last sign of someone who's dangerous. They want to go help the people. They care about everybody. And yet he's the one who dies. It's insane that we allow this to happen. That we've seen this happen again and again. It's a pattern. It's a pattern that we have to stop. Violence is not the answer. Violence is never going to be the answer. And when it is, America will be destroyed. America will be ruined. Because if violence is the answer, then you can bet we're going to have another civil war. And when that ends, I don't know how much of America is going to be left. If you think violence is the ultimate choice to end every single argument or discussion, then you are wrong. And I'm sorry, but you are wrong. If someone went and shot someone I highly disagreed with, but I knew that person wasn't trying to be dangerous or anything, I would never condone that. I would have no issue telling that person, what you did was wrong, I no longer respect you. It would be hard to even be friends with that person. I don't think I could be. That person is a murderer. That person is a murderer. This is never, ever, 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 ever the right decision. And Charlie Kirk was a guy, all he stood for was saving babies from getting murdered, from building the family. That's what he was for. He was for building America. This dude was the core of America. He cared. He actually cared about what would happen in society. But let me tell you something. Whether you agree with him or not, this was wrong. And those who are rejoicing through his death, that makes me sick. That makes me absolutely sick. I don't care if I'm a 5-year-old saying this and you don't respect any words coming out of my mouth. As a 5-year-old, I would have more wisdom than you by knowing that even if my greatest enemy in America, someone I hated as a political figure, was shot, if I was rejoicing, then shame on me. Shame on me. This dude has a family. This dude has a wife. He had 2 kids. This dude was a dad. He was a husband. And now he's gone. His kids will never get to watch him father them. His wife, what marriage is all about is growing as a couple. That's not going to be able to happen. And when you rejoice about his death, that's what you're rejoicing about. You're happy that kids just had their dad robbed from them. You're happy that a wife just had her husband robbed from him, and any friends and family members. And let me tell you what, friends, as far as friends go, there are millions. You're rejoicing against millions. And that is dangerous. That is dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. You cannot stay on this for long. You cannot. It is wrong to rejoice at the downfall of another person. Just wrong. It's wrong. Especially something like this. It's just insane how warped your brain has to be rejoicing. Just disgusting. Just disgusting. And you know what? Whether you agree with him or not, you should be disgusted. I don't care if every word he ever said you disagreed with. You should be disgusted. This was a human being with human rights. And all he was doing was taking part of the First Amendment. Free speech. That's all he was doing. If you didn't like him, you didn't have to listen to him. He never forced his way into anyone's life. He believed truth. He just wanted to share it. And now his life is ended. What you have done is desecrated. You have basically blasphemed the First Amendment. You shot free speech yesterday. You shot it. And there's no justification. There's none. He never lifted a finger against anybody. Never lifted a finger. He was a Christian. He was someone that loved God. He loved America. He really, really cared. He really, really cared. And now he's dead. But I want to give a little message. Because today's 9/11. Today we remember those who lost their lives in the crashes of the Twin Towers. And The phrase often comes up, never forget, never forgive. I think that works for both yesterday and today. I'd love to see, a holiday commemorating Charlie on September 10th. I think he totally deserves that. He was a literal martyr. But today we have two pains we have to work through, two difficulties we have to get through. One is a past difficulty, and one is now in the present. And we can never forgive and never forget what has happened in America to make America what it is. And I hope we take what happened, and I hope we make that something that never leaves our mind. That will be a bookmark in our mind. And when we think back through our timeline of our lives, we'll come here, and we're going to remember this incident, this happening. Because once we forget, Charlie dies for real. Once we forget, Charlie's actually gone. Now, Charlie's present with Jesus Christ right now. He's happy. He is excited. He's with the one he spent his whole life trying to understand, the one he spent his life loving. He's finally up there. But for us down here, he was taken, it would seem, too soon. But God has a plan. And Charlie doesn't die as long as we remember him. As long as we remember what he did, how much he cared, as long as we take up his torch. And I'm going to tell you right now, if it takes my life being taken from me for the truth, if that's really how touchy people are nowadays, then so be it. There is no price too high for freedom. No cost too great to compromise the future of America. I'm asking every young person, and in fact everybody, that Charlie passed the baton that we all have to take now, and we have to keep relaying it. We have to do that now. And let me make myself clear here, because we all are sad that he's gone so soon. We're all worried, what's going to happen now, but I'm not worried because I have peace in Christ. And beyond that, I think God could have raised up one Charlie so that 1 million more would come after that. God raised up one guy like Charlie just so many more after him could be raised up and do the work that he began. Guys, this could be a revolution. We could take his example, take it to a whole nother level, and be America. We could actually be America, guys. We could actually be America. And that's what he wanted. Turning point. That's what he wanted. He wanted a full 180. He wanted us to stop in the literal path of destruction we're going down right now and be something new. Be what America was meant to be. Remember who's our God. Remember who we are as Americans. Remember our fellow Americans. That's what he wanted. But when you hate the truth, you hate the peace that comes with it, and the ultimate solution becomes violence. And it really hurts. It's really hard for a lot of America right now. And there's nothing I can say that will make this better. Charlie's not coming back. But he's not dead. Charlie's not dead. He's still here, and as long as we remember him and do what he meant for us to do, then he's still alive. Ideas have no price. Ideas are free. Keep thinking. Think for yourself. Figure out where you stand. Figure out who sounds wrong, who sounds right. And that's when we can be America again. No more of this just getting offended about everything. No more about weaponizing empathy, because I'm tired of that. Oh, I was misgendered. I'm sorry, but you were called the right gender and you want to be something else. Listen, I'm speaking words that people hate right now. Speaking words that people hate, but I'm speaking them because I believe in the universal truth. I don't believe in my truth. I believe in the truth that hasn't erred. It's never been proven false. That's what Charlie believed in. And the fact that that could be hated is beyond me. I think it's totally wicked. I think it's satanic. I think it's wrong. And anybody who felt the slightest inkling of happiness, joyfulness, relief at Charlie being shot, you need to get help. You are messed up. You are sick. You are disgusting. And you only make matters worse. I've seen the most blasphemous things after Charlie's death. People saying this was God being against Charlie and God killing. No, Charlie was a Christian. Charlie loved God. God has a plan, and I can promise you, Charlie dying is not going to impede God, and Charlie dying will be used by God in amazing ways. And I'm so excited to see what he can do with this, because I know he will. I know he will work through all this. I'm so proud of those who've already stood up, who've already thanked Charlie, told stories. I've learned so much, even more about Charlie than I knew before. He was an amazing man who really cared. Even people who disagreed with him saw that he really cared. He really wanted the best for America. He really wanted the best for America. And now he's gone. But as long as we remember him, then he is still here. And this is true for 9/11. This is what makes us America, guys. This is what makes us America. When something like this happens and we don't back down, we say, no, this is not happening again. This is wrong. We're going to find who did this. And we're going to end whatever deep root caused this. There's no substitute for justice. There's no substitute for justice. And there never will be. Justice was ordained by God, and in the end, all will have justice done to them. But if you have your faith in Christ, then you're going to have grace. You're going to have mercy. And I can't wait for that day when I walk into heaven and God tells me, well done, good and faithful servant. That's what I want to hear. And Charlie's life is a testament to that. It's amazing. And I never want to forget what he did. And I don't think I ever will. He made a lasting impact on me, on so many others. And I only regret that I have one life to spend for my country. And I'm sure he would repeat Nathan Hale's words as well, if he were here. Because that's the kind of guy he was. Never forget. Never forgive. God bless the USA. God keep you safe. Thank you for caring. And let's make America great.